We're taking risks every single day, and this time it just kind of caught up to me, I guess.
I felt like that was the longest walk of my life because I felt like my whole year is going away from me right then.
I wouldn't have believed myself as a kid, if I told myself that I'd be racing my first Supercross for a factory team and with everything. Like, this is as high as it gets.
It's a tough pill to swallow. I mean, it comes with the territory of like riding a dirt bike, right? I mean, you know, we're taking risks every single day, and this time it just kind of caught up to me, I guess. Today, you know, I broke my arm. It's just a normal day, normal practice day. Just right at the end, had like a weird kick, and honestly, just a really, really awkward fall. You know, I held onto the bars, and with the bike being at an angle and me falling at an angle and hanging onto the bars, it pretty much just twisted the bone into a break. And so it wasn't really much of like an insane crash or anything. It was just right time, right place, and yeah, gave me a break.
I get a phone call from Alden. I could hear it in his voice as soon as he said, "Hey, Nathan." I was like, uh-oh, and he said, Jalek crashed. Wasn't a bad crash, but he did break his arm. You know, we're all gutted. I know the riders themselves, we all put so much in, and it's just hard to hear that.
Contract year obviously is pretty stressful for anybody, I feel like, but I'm a lot more so right now just trying to get my recovery done. Like, I'm not even stressing about the what ifs right now. I'm just focused on recovery and making sure I come back to outdoors how I need to. And yeah, I feel like 9 times out of 10, like, betting on myself will work out, so we'll be fine.
I'll never forget, like, Tuesday morning, I went to Dr. G's. On Monday, I didn't ride so I could get my wrist fixed, you know, little things like that. And this is a whole different deal. And I never had any injuries on this, and I was like, oh, I'm fine, I'm good. And we show up Tuesday morning, we ride, and I was a little sore on my wrist, and then everything just started kind of rolling, right? And, you know, we go out for the second session, and I'm feeling really good, but nothing crazy, just logging in laps like a typical Tuesday, and come over the little double, and it was a turning double, and just front end washed out, and just folded my knee up, and I'm just like, ow, you know what I mean? Like, it hurt pretty bad. And, you know, my dad walked over and he's like, you all right? I'm like, I was like, I couldn't even talk because my knee was hurting so bad. I was just like, but I remember, like, my dad coming over there, and Josh Hansen was right there, and he's like, you okay? And I kept just like, dude, my knees hurt. And I remember I was so angry and so, like, just frustrated, like, why is these things happening? And I get up, and I was like, that's it. I'm gonna finish this moto. I have to finish something. And I remember I get up and I do like 3 more laps, and I remember coming over a jump, and when I came over a jump and I landed, that's when my knee folded. Like it was like something was wrong. I was like, okay, that's not right. And we remember we pulled off the racetrack, and I went to go put my bike on the stand, and when I went to go that lean angle to put my bike on the stand, I felt like my knee was dislocating. I said, okay, that isn't right either. So that walk back from finally put my bike on the stand to walking back to my truck, I felt like that was the longest walk of my life because I felt like my whole year is going away from me right then. You know, I remember the team was just kind of, everybody starts walking over, and the first thing in my mind is like, I don't even know what to say. I have no words to say right now. I'm just like, what do I tell them? Do I say I'm okay? Are you even okay? Like, there were so many things that were running through my mind. I didn't even know what to say, and I was just like so like puzzled. Like, why is this happening to me? Why is my knee really jacked up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got done riding. Like, you know, like why'd you know? It's like all these questions are hitting me at the same time, and I'm just like, you know, what am I doing? And I went home, and you know, of course I iced my knee up and that thing blew up, right? And I remember going home and I walked upstairs and I remember trying to do lunges in my room with the door shut, trying to figure out if this knee was okay. And I said, all right, I'm gonna do a couple more lunges. And it was actually fine. And then the next morning, it's when I literally woke up the next morning and my knee was like, it felt like it was two knees. I was like, and I couldn't even get out of bed. And I was like, okay, that's not right. That's not right at all. And it was just blown apart. And that's when I went to go get an MRI, and I got a phone call later on that day and said, dude, your knee is jacked. And that's when I remember I like pulled on the side of the road. I'm just like, dude, there's no way. Like this is just not happening, right? You know, and I can't believe this is just like the way this year is going. Like, what did I do to deserve this? So it's kind of like one of those situations. You're just like, man, like, you know, you work so hard for 4 months, and you know all this off-season training for it just to go to waste like this, you know. So I remember going back. I talked to my parents, and they were kind of like, you know, what do you want to do? And I'm just like, well, you think I could race? I was like, I don't even know if I could even race. I can't even really move this knee. Do I go get it drained and stuff like that? And it's just like, the more and more, like the longer the days went, and more like the longer the day went in the day, it just kind of just like it started hurting more. Everything just started, and it just got to the point where like, okay, we can't even race this weekend. Like everything just kind of went in a dark zone, and I was a really like emotional guy from that. When I did leave, I left where I thought I would be, which was up front. And that's where I belong. So knowing that I left on that high note, I know when I come back, that's where I'm gonna be at. And that's the positive, and that's the mentality I got. But at the end of the day, right now, I gotta focus on being able to walk first, be able to get through therapy first, and all those things before I can even get to that point. So it's a chapter that I'm gonna have to go through, but at the end of the day, like, I'm surrounded by a lot of good people, so they're gonna help me, support me until I get all the way to the motorcycle, and I'll be good.
I don't know if there's another sport that's as gnarly as this sport, you know, with rider injuries and everything. It's tough because you go through years where we've, you know, been in championship fights, and, you know, sometimes you win a championship, sometimes you don't, and sometimes you have a rough year, and, you know, two of our top guys, you know, get hurt right away in Supercross, so it's part of the game, unfortunately.
I wouldn't have believed myself as a kid, if I told myself that I'd be racing my first Supercross for a factory team, and with everything, like, this is as high as it gets.
Hey, do you want me to say like 1 lap and last lap, or 2 laps and last? Like, how do you want to? Whenever I put last lap, you can finish. You can finish. I'll go 1 lap.
Yeah, my whole deal with the whole Rockstar Energy Husqvarna factory racing team was to be available to ride pro races as a fill-in rider. But originally, my whole deal was to be amateur and do a whole nother year of amateur. So I was pretty much just available for whenever they needed me, and I'm pumped to step up this weekend. Oh, it just got released. It just got released. Well, it's official. I'm racing this weekend. Just got posted up. That's so sick.
Yeah, Talon is definitely a breath of fresh air. I mean, he's always, you know, been fun to be around. Just his whole family is so positive about every situation. You know, if they ever get knocked down just for 1 second, it's back up to like, well, this is positive. And you gotta really, I mean, admire that. And the fact that Talon didn't really grow up like with the idea like he was gonna make this his career, and then ultimately like just fell in love with riding his motorcycle. But think about this, like on all your stuff when you approach, like you need to focus more on less tagging and you know, those little come up shorts and things like that, you know, like you got to be more like on top of it. So yeah, you can get away with it, but if you're not focused in, like that can turn bad. I just want Talon to enjoy the experience and you know, not get too caught up in thinking that he just has to, you know, unleash something on the whole world. You know, I just want him to be smart, Get through it, but get through it in a building manner. You know, just make this is a good step. The next race, another step. Let's just keep moving in the right direction. And overall, he should gain tons of experience. You gonna do your heat race?
Yeah, let's do it.
So same as before, you really only had one big mistake, which was right there in lap 5, I think.
Yeah, I got crossed up in that mud.
Yeah, Christian did that too. It's pretty big, but exact same thing approach. Let's try to add some roll to it. So if you add, you know, a half a mile an hour around the whole track, you're gonna pick up some time, and it won't make it harder on you. I'm just looking for roll speed. Yeah. Right. Entries, everything in the whoops, and just clean. Try not to tag. Try not to. Yep. You know.
All right.
6 minutes plus 1. Hell yeah, kid.
Good job.
So many mistakes.
I mean, not like I've seen from you before, though. You know what I mean? Like they're smaller to where it's just a little bit here and there. You know, yeah, you missed that a couple times, but you still recovered pretty good.
The pros' input helps so much. I can't even explain it. Like just this past weekend at the Futures race, Christian gave me a bunch of tips. Obviously, he's like, bro, come on, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Even those little jabs are good input that I can take and actually use and implement on the track.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. I think that's enough.
The schedule hasn't really changed much. I've been doing the same thing. I've been preparing for going and racing Supercross for the past few months. Since I've gotten on Supercross, I haven't changed my program at all since I got the call. So physically, nothing's really changed. I'm still grinding every day, putting in my work that Brownie sends me. So I'm just kind of doing the same thing, but obviously mentally it's changed a little bit because it's from amateur to pro. That's such a big jump, but we're gonna make the most of it and I'm gonna be as ready as I can.
Hey, your first practice is gonna be slick, so
Really?
just be smart, get loose. And once the track comes around, then start to add some laps so you're ready to do the 3 in the first time practice.
Dude, just take it all in. Just keep learning. That's it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, you know? Like, hey, we just go out here and learn. That's what we're here for. This has been the plan, you know? Just believe in your abilities when you're out there, man. You'll be fine, okay? Like, don't get sketched out if something happens or, you know, you're making mistakes. Just focus on what you can control, brother, okay? Focus only on what you can control. Everything else, don't worry about it. And have some fun, too. Start off the day by having some fun. You know what I mean? Throw a little whip, get cranked, get that blood flowing, get that feeling, get that T-Hawk sensation going. Let's go, man. You know? Yeah, you already had a little track time, you're feeling good. Just go with the flow, brother.
I knew going pro was gonna be pretty gnarly. You know it is. This is where everybody wants to be. This is the top level of motocross racing.
You crush the beginning of the lap like 2 or 3 times, and then you'd mess up and give up on it. and then you'd wait a whole nother lap. So you just kind of, you pretty much blew that whole practice. And you, on the one lap that you did all the way through, you were only 1/10 off of your time. You could have beat it. But that cost you like 7 positions. 21 now, you know? So you just learn from it, you know, that's the reason I tell you to do that, because like when we're at the test track and stuff and once you start logging in, you do better.
No, it doesn't put me down because everything Nate was saying, it's some stuff that I knew. I'm like, I know I need to do this, but it's good to hear from someone like Nate who's been through it all. I'm glad Nate brought that to my attention, because if it was just all daisies and roses, then I wouldn't really progress as much.
Focus on the good stuff. Don't fixate on any mistakes. It's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna do it. You just do the best that you can do, but if you wanna make your night 10 times easier, get a good start. Don't give anybody too much respect. You got just as much reason to be out there as anyone else.
Hey, don't worry about it. Just get a jump, dude, all right? You're good. Good job. Hey, you made it straight to the main. That's good, all right?
Good ride, bud.
Thanks, Doc.
Proud of you, man.
Good luck.
You made moves. Made moves. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome,
I
man.
saw his face after. He's like,
There you go.
Stoked for you, man. Good work.
7th place.
Hey, you were in 11th, so you made moves. You went forward.
I said 12
You know
on
what
the
you
first
just did?
lap.
Huh? You know what you just did? You have your first job, and you just did your first job.
Yep. Now,
First time.
hey,
First try.
let's get a start. You're gonna be probably 2 or
Outside.
3 outside of where you were.
Yeah.
You know, so you're gonna be P14 probably.
That's fine.
Yep, it's gonna be all right.
Remember, same thing on this. Execute the start and just go out there, hit your marks, have fun, all right?
I was pretty fired up. That was a sick experience. Obviously, we just gotta replicate that, but a little better.
Oh my God.
Good job, Brownie.
Yeah.
Where is that kid? Is he in there? Good job, dude. I'm proud of you, man. Good job, man.
Thank you, dude.
Dude, killer start.
That's what we're saying.
Dude, it's rad.
First 2 laps.
Dude, it's all right.
First
You just,
2 laps, just go.
Hey.
Go.
you learned.
Yeah, I learned.
You were out there. You put yourself in a good position, and you didn't make a big mistake. Just
Yeah,
little
just
mistakes
little
here and there, but that's part of it, dude. That's part of it. Remember, top 10 was like a win.
Is a win.
That's what I'm saying,
I got second.
dude.
I podium.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Be proud of yourself, man.
You did.
You've accomplished a lot in a small period of time.
Yeah.
You know, dude, you got on a Supercross track at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been a short window. That's awesome. Keep it up, keep learning.
Yeah.
Dude, just keep doing what you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm pumped for you.
Thank you, dude.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, brother.
Love you, man.
Love you too, brother. Dude. Yeah, T-Hawk. Pumped for you, kid. Good job, man. It's exciting to see a rookie get an opportunity like he has right now to cut his teeth into Supercross. You know, it's not easy. It's part of the process, and he kind of got thrown to the wolves wasn't really expected to race Supercross this year. It's tough when you go as a rookie and you have expectations of 15th and then you get 11th and you're close to top 10. Now your expectations instantly change from one race to another, and now you're expected top 10 from there on out. When you do that, you're adding pressure to yourself. And when you add pressure to yourself, you're gonna make mistakes. Part of the rookie learning curve is, getting through those mistakes and trying to minimize the amount of mistakes that you make on race day.
I knew it was going to be a tough challenge, but I'm definitely sick of just falling a little bit short of my goals. So we're looking to put in some work. I've been putting a lot of work in out at the Baker's factory since I've been out there. I'm adapting well. It's just taken a little bit. Obviously, Supercross isn't my forte just because I grew up right outdoors. We never really rode Supercross. So I've had a little bit here and there growing up on Supercross, but it's definitely a change.
A guy like Talon, he's a phenomenal rider, right? Like, he's done everything he can to get to this point. And sometimes I feel like as a rookie, it's so easy to overthink things, right? Where you just think like, oh man, like there's so much pressure and things like that. I'm on a full factory bike. I'm expected to leave off of what the guy that I'm maybe possibly filling the shoes in for, he won or he did this, so the expectation feels like it's high, right? But at the same time, like, the window is so small that you kind of have to do something good because you may not ever get that chance again.
All right, brother. Hey, let's start it off good right away, man. You'll like this style track, man. Back to Daytona, you're about to have the best race of your life at Daytona, bud. So it's same style. Just learn it, get comfortable. Go, brother. Love you, man.
Love you too, man. Okay? What did I get? 12. That's my best qualifying. You'll be alright.
You're all right. I was just telling him, these guys are doing this over-under and they were going inside too.
Yeah.
And you can do it.
Yeah, I followed Shimoda, but I slid up the lane.
Dude, and it was a big difference.
There's a lot of insides.
Yeah.
There's after the sand, that like table, that wall table thing, people are going inside over that too. Like, there's insides all over the place, but it's all right.
It's my best qualifying time by 8 positions.
Dude, we gotta put more laps in. I know you wanted clean air, but like our roll laps gotta be quicker than that. You got 2 full laps in, You could. I know you wanted the clean air, but. Huh?
What's up, man? What's up, my boy?
How we doing? Good to see you, brother. How we doing? You good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good to have you around, bud.
What's up, brother? How we doing?
How you doing?
Good?
Man, look at you moving around.
Oh, I got
better.
to, yeah.
Looking good.
Oh, dog. What's up, my boy? How we doing? It's your first time racing this track?
This is.
I should try to explain something to you. when you hit this wall jump, see how you like pop up a little bit too much and then you spin? So like, I want you to next time is like, make sure when you get over those walls, like get a good drive. So you load the bike. And Nate's one of the best ones that can tell you this. You load the bike so the ass is down, and as soon as it hits the first whoop, it's already settled. You know what I mean? Like it's like one motion, like, you know what I mean? So those, just remember like little things like that, because of course, like obviously we kind of see you struggle with whoops in the past, but like that will kind of help you set up even more, because it would kind of just load the bike, and as soon as it hits the first whoop, it will just like plow straight. So those little wall jumps are like, they're tough, but if you do it correctly, it will, like, honestly, just the bike will settle, and no matter what, how the spin, it would literally will just settle correctly. So like, dude, you gotta remember, like, there's so many guys that get tired. Like, you know what I mean? So if you just hang in there, you know what I mean? Like, obviously the number one thing is get a good start, but if you just hang in there, it will actually, track will get easier on you. And you will start to see people make mistakes and stuff, and that, you know how it goes. Like, you race and you drive off of that.
The more committed you are, the better off you are with those. You start getting tentative, they're gonna eat you up. Okay?
All right. Got it.
Let's hit the podium.
Podium? Oh, yeah.
Come on, come on.
As the 30-second board is up, 250 heat number 1. Top 9 are moving on to the main event, and we are racing in Atlanta.
Go.
How was that start?
Yep. Let's f***ing go, dude. F***ing P3. Let's f***ing go.
All it takes is a good start.
Good job.
Good job, bud. Good job. All right, third. Go, baby. Just gotta do that again. Yeah. Woo!
Good job, bud.
This is 250 East, main event. This is it, the final show for the 250 class. Look at the leaderboard as we come up on 540 now to go, plus 1 lap. Talon Hawkins, get a look at him if you get a chance. He's in 9th place. The rookie looking for his first career top 10. Right now holding down at 9th. We'll see if he can get it done with 5.5 to go, plus 1 lap.
Good job, bud. Road smart. Fucking track's nuts, huh?
So fun.
Yeah. Gnarly.
I love this sand.
Yeah. You look good in the sand for sure.
Never thought you'd say that. You never thought you'd say that.
No.
First place, baby.
Good job, man.
I'm proud of you. Good job. Awesome. Awesome, T-Hawk. Way to turn the day around, man. You know? 3rd in the heat, 8th in the main. Let's go. Let's go, bud.
For a rookie to come in, it's tough. We have to take a step back and understand, you know, what his actual potential is, you know, going to race Supercross against guys who have been doing it for 10 plus years, you know, like Jeremy Martin. And then you got guys like Deegan who were, you know, born and raised to be a champion. So you kind of figure out where you expect him to be, and you kind of base it off that. And you know, we have goals for Talon, and he's reached some of them. But you know, as far as mental focus goes during the race, that's something that we're working on with Talon. And once he gets that, I think he'll be a top 10 contender day in and day out at the races.
It's not like I haven't beat these guys before. Looking back now, me and the team did not think it was gonna go this way.
At the end of the day, it's my head. You need to figure this shit out. 'Cause I'm not gonna keep doing it.
The story behind it all, I think all the ups and downs in my career, and I've worked hard for everything I've had. Nothing's been given to me. like I had a complete meltdown with my wife, and like I was almost ready to quit racing.